Well, earlier I spoke to one of the MPs who was there yesterday, Lesia Vasilenko, and I started by asking her whether she and her colleagues felt in danger.
Well, we all knew what we were doing. It is long known that the building of the Parliament of Ukraine and of the whole governmental quarter is the #1 target of the Russian aviation and the Russian army. But nevertheless, it was important for us to turn up to work yesterday and to vote on all of the laws that are necessary for our military to be doing a much better job at protecting Ukrainians and Ukraine. And we did just that. Our duty and our responsibility to the people of Ukraine. And if you ask me about emotions, they were running high yesterday. The singing of the national anthem was the most powerful moment in, I think, the whole history of the parliament. I don't accept that line of thinking, and no Ukrainian accepts that line of thinking. We only allow positive thoughts of victory and the fact that Ukraine will prevail. And we would like to trust the fact that our partners, our allies in the international community will stand with us, not just on hashtags on Twitter and other social media, but will actually stand with us and stand up to the biggest authoritarian power in the world. NATO just signed the death sentence to the very concept of sovereign states and of independent states in the world, because to just blatantly write Ukraine off as, we cannot introduce a no-fly zone because that would mean war with Russia. I'm sorry, that's not an excuse. Russia is already at war with the world. Russia has breached every rule in the international law book. They are big, they will have consequences in the long term, but they are not nearly enough to stop them moving into Ukraine and invading Ukraine, infesting Ukraine like vermin, which is what they are doing literally right now, because they have one goal and one goal only, and their goal is to eradicate Ukraine from the face of the earth, to erase Ukrainians from the history of the earth. That is called genocide, if I'm not mistaken, under international. Doing a lot, and we are grateful for the weapons we are getting and the sanctions that Russia is getting, but that is not nearly enough. When you know that Vladimir Putin, a power-crazed leader, has said that Ukraine has no right to exist, then you know that no peace talks with him are possible to provide that backup. And if that doesn't happen, my belief is that the Prime Minister of the UK and all of the government of the UK are going to fail, not Ukraine and not the 44 million Ukrainians, half of them being women and children, but they are going to fail the British people. Why? Because Russia today is posing a threat to humanity as a whole, because they are targeting not just hospitals and schools and kindergartens. They are targeting nuclear power stations across Ukraine, and we have 5 of those. They are already in World War III. The world is already in World War III. It is time to put away the rose-colored glasses and to just admit to it. And it would be better to do it earlier rather than later, when the civilian casualties run by the thousands, not by the millions. And when the refugees run by 1 million, not by tens of millions.